Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9 Alpha Pike predictions. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. And I know that last night we did a reaction video and we were all over the place with it. It was, some people wanted to react to the Pike, some people wanted to react to the shock, to the death, to, you know, the Alpha walking Daryl over to the cliff. And what I thought would be best for us to do is to kind of break this down and just get the emotion out there. So we're going to talk about the Pikes, what we're disappointed with, what we liked, how it played out. I know some people said it was a little too gory. Some people said that they still don't trust certain people. And I'm going to put an image up on the screen because I do know that we had some people super chatting a couple days ago, and they said, as long as she doesn't torture them. And I know in some people's mind there's the thought that, okay, Siddiq was lying, and it didn't happen that way. I don't feel that way, but certainly it's open-ended enough that I will respect your opinion. I do think that's going to be a small minority that are going to think that it didn't happen with, you know, people coming in and guns a-blazing, and I just like that story for a couple reasons. I like it because Ozzy, it gives him a little bit more meaning, gives him a little bit more relevance, where he just wasn't taken separately. You know, we got 3 more people that are missing here. So I like that story because if it wasn't the case, then you would have to think, okay, Alpha took Ozzy, DJ, and Alek, killed them, and then she had this group and then she killed them. So this to me looks like the way it went down. You know, they got the opportunity, they were tied up, happened individually, and then as soon as Ozzy came in, gave them their break, they fought to the death. And how many people want that? I mean, how many people want to think that our group fought to the death, that, you know, they weren't abused, that Henry fought for his life, Frankie, you know, fought for her kids, Siddiq was trying. I know Siddiq's the one that lived to tell the story. Tara, you know, going out guns a-blazing, you know, all of those things. So Derek, and I guess the point, Derek, is like, who doesn't? There's several people who don't, because this scene should be real. But there's people out there that are saying it's not real and Siddiq is a liar. And I've seen nothing to point me in that direction to say that Siddiq was a traitor, that Siddiq betrayed them, that what he's saying was not true. And I get it. You know, it doesn't add up, or they don't think it adds up. Why did you leave one person alive? Well, because she left Daryl alive. Alpha is just not out there killing everybody. She left Michonne, she left Yumi, she left Carol alive. She could have killed all 4 of them, but she didn't. And I think that's part of it is, and Jim, I agree with that. What does he gain by being a traitor? Nothing. And if he, you know what, if he was a traitor, he should have just left. So there's a lot of, it could have, it would have, it should have happened. But let's get the Pike conversation out there. I've had people messaging me today telling me they couldn't sleep last night, that, and these are people, a lot of these people were not in our reaction video. So the thing I'd say is, you should have been in our reaction video. If you were there, I think it would have been a little easier, because we did talk about it for an hour. But there are some people that didn't watch it till late, and then they said, you know, when I finally went to sleep 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I just had these things in my mind like the whole night. And we've been doing streams just to sort of cushion the blow a little bit. A lot of those people also didn't watch the spoilers, and that's why I really like the spoilers. Kimberly M., shout out to Kels again for helping Julia. So let me give a shout out really quick. And Kel has been working behind the scenes to get some of our members. We're up to 99. I'm sorry, 39. I'm reading something. We're up to 39 members, so we're 1 member short. Kel, we got to help 1 more person, because once we get up to 40, we're going to get a 999 custom superfan emoji, and we'll let you guys vote on that. So I got another super chat up here. We got Tom Ferreira, who says, Alpha hates couples. Well, let's see. Enid, yeah, check. Henry, check. I guess we could make an assumption. Maybe something was going on with Addie and Rodney, check. Frankie, maybe not Frankie, unless Frankie and Eugene had a little sidebar. And Tara, no. So, yeah, I mean, I guess. The Parbler. I love Movie Idol. You know what, Parbler? We are going to show you the exit so you can actually go over and watch Movie Idol. There you go. Enjoy. Let's see. 28 days later, Super Chatting says, am I the only one who found it badass that DJ, a former Savior antagonist, had to take on two Whisperers at once in Sadiq's flashback? At 28 days, you're not the only one that thought it was badass, but I appreciate you super chatting it and bringing it to everybody's attention, because the character that, was it Matt Mangum, I think, that plays DJ, I think he did an incredible job. Westwood Chronic, oh boy, hang on. Before I can just see when Westwood Chronic super chat something, I know it's going to have an element of humor to it, so I'm going to slow scroll it and see what it is. All right, here we go. I know one thing. Somebody ran a Gillette across DJ's beard before they decapitated him, and Addie kept her glasses on the entire time. Well, you know what? We're here to get all opinions out. So let me. You just know your subscribers. So in today's stream, this is what I wanted to do. I know last night, we wanted the emotion. We wanted to respect everybody's opinion. And this is like, this is the day after the loss. So I'm going to miss these characters. I think it's okay to have a little fun with it today. I think it's okay to move on to the next page. And I think it's okay to kind of stop and ask everybody, which character you're going to miss the most. So we're going to start with that first and foremost. Which character are each of you going to miss the most? And mine is probably going to surprise you. Got Tara, Enid, Tara. Tara, and Enid. Somebody finally said Henry. Charles Thompson says this was more brutal than Glenn's death. So let me I'm gonna say Henry. It's freaking Henry. Henry and Ozzy are probably the two. Henry was really starting to wear on me. And I think there could have been potential. He had done all the annoying stuff that he was going to do, and I was over it. I was over. I liked he was back home. I liked that he was with Carol and the King. And I just thought it would have been cool if Henry and Lydia would have just taken off on their own and time skipped for a couple of years. That would have been a cool story for me. I wanted to see that play out. I'm going to ask you, I've predicted so many people are going to become pirates. I'm just tired of it. I'm not even going to bring it up again. Tom Ferreira. I find the head being zombies and more bloody upon the most disturbing and saddest. The Pikes. Yeah. Kermit the Frog. If you could pick the Pike deaths, who would it be? That's a good question. Actually, there's several good questions in a row. Let me first go to a previous super chat and ask you guys to get involved in this chat. I don't think it was more brutal than Glenn's death, Charles, because they didn't show it. But let me ask the question a different way. More impactful than Glenn's death or not? What do you guys think? The emotional hit, was Glenn's worse or was this worse? I think the audience could be split down the middle. I still think Glenn for me was harder to watch because it played out. Nick Jones says this was worse. I think you're going to see the audience is almost completely split. But I would say the way the thing went down with Negan, Glenn saying Maggie, Negan continuing to hit him, and not stopping and then dancing around, to me that was worse. And I'm okay with this not being, some people aren't, but I do want to ask you, because I've read many comments on the YouTube videos already. Some people are saying this was very chilling. The music and looking down and seeing each person. The Daryl reaction, I think, definitely, overall, okay, I agree with that. Overall, this was worse. I'm fine with that. Tom says, like the reanimated heads are sad and haunting. Yeah, I mean, I think that piece of it, certainly, because when Glenn and Abe were gone, they were gone. But Glenn's eye, I mean, I don't want to take you guys too far back. This was horrific. Glenn's eye and Glenn saying Maggie compared to the reanimation of some of the heads, what do you guys think? I mean, I guess they're just impactful in different ways. How many people have watched either the scene or the entire episode more than 3 times? Or have seen pictures of the Pike scene more than 3 times? Yes, last night. Okay. So if we're just using that as a baseline for me personally to kind of answer your super chat, I've only seen 7-1 one time. And I won't watch it again. This I did watch a couple times. But it didn't really hit me until I saw the pictures, because I guess I was watching it and I was kind of paying attention to it, but it went kind of scene to scene. But when I saw the pictures and I had to look at it for like more than 3 or 4 seconds, it's haunting. It's dark. It's rough images. So the question came up, and Uncle Creepy had brought this up a little bit earlier. Well, no, I think we were starting to talk about it. It's still possible that Alpha tortured them, because she did have to cut their heads off, and that didn't all happen during the fight. But I'm just wondering, how much it, I guess that's the thing. When I saw the Pikes and I saw some of the flashbacks, the way my mind was kind of wondering was, how much did it take to take each person down? And of the faces that I saw, Henry looked a little bit more beat up than the others. Like, almost as if Henry got more, or Henry fought harder, and I think that's why Drama King said he got to you. I think that's the part of it that yes. Thinking about his silliness and how he'll be the first person to charge in and the audacity of him to fight Beta, that that was his moment. Tom Ferreira says Glenn's death was brutal, sad, and the Pikes were chilling. I think it's a good comparison. And then to think about Alpha and knowing who Henry was and knowing that she lost her daughter and it was because of him. That's the part I don't want to let go. That's the part that I need her to be an animal. I need her to be just ruthless. Lakeisha says, do you think they watched each other get decapitated? No. Lakeisha, for me, no. She killed them. They died fighting. Not they were tied up and then they fought and then they got restrained and then they had to be tortured. That's not the way it works for me. For some of you, it may work that way. No. In my perfect scenario, they were there. They were afraid. They got the slightest little glimpse of hope when Ozzy, Alek, and DJ came in and started killing them. They got a sense of a fight, a sense of teamwork, a sense of community, a sense of being a hero. And they died being stabbed and beaten and taking some people out with them. And then they were decapitated after they were basically stabbed to death. They died fighting. And the reason I like that is because they had all that adrenaline and it wasn't for nothing. Their lives weren't for nothing. And Siddiq telling that story and articulating that story is what is going to push them into the war. Tom Ferreira, the heads being beaten up disturbed me the most. Yeah. To each their own. That wasn't what disturbed me the most. What disturbed me the most was seeing Daryl and Carol's reaction to it and seeing Yumi just drop on her knees and that moment. William, the Walking Dead Billboard, says, if they would have shown deaths in each victim pleading, I'd still be in shock right now. Glenn's death got me more. Holiday Bro said, I'm saying right now, Ozzy was the saddest death for me. It reminded me of Deanna's death back in season 6. So, there is no evidence to suggest that one person was any more heroic than the next. And Heather, I disagree. See, that's the thing. And hold on, I'm gonna stop that. Heather Hansen says Siddiq is a traitor. He left before the other ones were taken. There is no basis for that. And the reason I'm going to kind of call that out and stop it is because there's no visual evidence supporting what you're saying. You can certainly say, I feel that in my story that it works out and Siddiq did this, and you definitely have that right. But there's nothing in this episode that shows Siddiq betrayed anybody except your own personal speculation. That's it. That's it. It's your story. But you have a right to your story just like I have a right to my story. And my story is Siddiq's story. And I would argue there's probably stronger evidence to the contrary that Siddiq is not a traitor than there is that he is a traitor. There's much more to support the fact that he did not do anything wrong. And the only thing that I would say is phrase it that way. I'm certainly going to respect your opinion if it's phrased that way, like, hey, we're never going to find out the story, and a month from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, I'm always going to not trust him because this is kind of what I feel. But it just ain't. Yeah. There you go. If you're going to type the same thing, Sean Bowman, over and over again after we just talk about it, let's take 5 minutes. Just relax a little bit. How about that? You're just spamming the same thing over and over again that we just talked about. Tyler, do you think Carol and Ezekiel will split up because of Henry's death? I don't think they'll split up because of Henry's death, but I still don't think Ezekiel is completely safe. And we still got one more episode. Tom Ferreira, Enid and Henry got to me the most because they were nice. Well, they certainly... Henry changed, Tom. Enid, random, I guess, didn't deserve to die. Everybody liked Enid. Westwood Chronic, Henry clearly died to set up the Queen versus Alpha revenge match. Westwood, you think it's going to be the Queen versus Alpha? Or do you think that Lydia versus Alpha? You think Lydia will... might be a stretch. EM Punk, I agree with what you said. I don't like the way you phrased it. Just be careful, because if you type something that flags it, I think what you said is very true. It was just not phrased in a very constructive manner. That's all. So, let me go back to a couple comments, because some of you are really new, and not going to take too much of your time up, but I do want to tell you about our channel. And this is one of those that it's going to be a little bit more polarizing. There's going to be more thoughts. There's going to be more passion. Tom Ferreira, Alpha makes me wish to go back to the cannibals. No. You don't want to go back there. This channel, this group of people, we've been together for a long time. It's grown tremendously. And we absolutely see a lot of brand new people, and we want you guys to be here. Let me say, we debate, we predict, we get passionate about The Walking Dead. We do it with respect. We don't come in and say, hey, moron, hey, idiot. We certainly disagree quite a bit. We disagree with the writing. We disagree with a lot of stuff. But we do it in support of each other. When the stream is over, we're all going to walk away, and we're all family. So keep that in mind. If you've been on other channels and that's not the case, and you think that's going to be the case here, it's not. Then those other channels are calling for you, and they want you to come back over because they miss you. And we'll be okay. But if you can respectfully debate, and if you can hang out, get your opinion, and be passionate about it, absolutely we want you guys here. So anyway, that's my tagline. Not gonna keep preaching over and over again because I want to get some opinions in here. Robert Calder says, I thought Dog was going to be piked to upset Daryl. Robert, I kind of liked that Connie was taking care of the little puppy. That's a future family, Connie, Daryl, and Dog. It's going to happen. Kitty Cat still can't figure out who's going to lead Hilltop. Aaron, I'm gonna put down the gauntlet and say Aaron, Kitty Cat. Tom says, well, I'd rather be eaten than being around her. I get it. If I was Daryl, I'd probably just take an Nestea plunge. At that point, there's like a billion walkers down there, and you're there with Alpha. You got to think at some point he was like, why bother? Why even go through this? I can just jump in here, and in like 30 seconds, it's all over. Grayland28, did anyone else get the impression that during Connie's conversation with Kelly, she implied she might have lost a baby or child either before or during the apocalypse? I did not get that impression, but I'll absolutely go back and listen to the scene. Joe Fulford, do you think if they let Negan free that they can trust him? I think they are going to let Negan free because they have to transport him. And somebody told me in the pictures it looked like he had some type of cuffs on or he was restrained. So I think he's gradually going to be trusted little by little. I mean, they got to move him, right, if they're going to consolidate. I love that, people saying we need Negan. Kind of back up to Grayland 28. I really want to go back and I love Connie. Kelly, Kelly's not my favorite. I know she loves Connie. She loves her sister, and Kelly, I don't think Kelly makes it very long. In fact, Luke, Kelly, Connie, Magna, Yumi, who do you think is going to be the first of Magna's group to exit? I think it's going to be Kelly. I got a feeling in the next episode she's gone. Trevor Holiday, what part of my speech just a minute ago about being rude and making unnecessary comments was not crystal clear? Just chill. There's a lot of different ways you can say something. You don't have to come in here and just do it in a super offensive way. Just get your point in, enjoy the chat, enjoy the conversation without coming across silly and angry. Bamber Kitty, Carol and Lydia will end up close. Common history. Yeah, well, you're probably right. And the icier it looks, pun fully intended, because they're getting ready to go through a snowstorm. But, she says when she looks at her, she sees Henry, and she's having a hard time getting over it. But I do think there'll be some power in that relationship. Lydia looking to Carol as the mother she never really had. Tom Ferreira, the Walkers always be tripping. You mean like mentally or tripping over each other? Give me some clarification on that, Tom. How did you guys feel about the lack of emotion during Sadiq's speech? And maybe lack of emotion is the wrong word. The apparent lack of sadness. How about that? That they were more interested in the story and the speech. Do you guys think it was appropriate? I mean, would you rather seen them they were in shock, broken down? Chalk it up to shock? I'm fine with that. How many people liked Avi Nash's Rick speech from the comic? Or similar? How many people thought it was a very good job of him delivering that? Or just kind of wrong place, wrong time? Tom Ferreira, they keep tripping because they're dumb. Well, I'm trying to stay caught up with Tom. I guess Walkers are dumb. Keeping it light, Tom. Keeping it light. Some are saying they liked it. Some are saying great. Some are blah. Before I saw it, I heard it was phenomenal. I do have to be honest. I thought it was an iconic moment. I thought he did a good job. I wasn't willing to go out on a limb and say it's the greatest speech I've ever heard on The Walking Dead. It was good. James Kelly, how do you think the final episode will go? Oh man, there's a lot. There's a lot that's going to go down with that, James. I think a lot of it's going to be on the move, the revenge, the kingdom falling. Negan getting a little taste of freedom. Somebody trespassing. Them wanting to strike back against the Whispers. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot that potentially could happen. But I certainly think that they're going to leave it in a pretty decent spot. I don't think it can be like a super dark moment. Whisper Zeta, could it be because the people were in shock more than anything? Yeah, that's kind of what I've chalked it up to. they're so upset that they can't really cry. They're caught between being sad and being helpless and wanting to fight back. I mean, she basically just walked all over your territory, took you captive, let you go, was able to sneak people out to trick them in broad daylight, and then set up a marker with their heads. I mean, wow. It's like nothing they've ever seen before. Let's see. We've got Tom. Better watch out for snow sharks and snow walkers. We certainly got to see some of that. Yet, snow apparently does not slow the walkers down at all. If anything, it probably makes them more hungry. William, The Walking Dead billboard. Did our guys remove heads from the Pikes, and did Alpha give us the bodies? I think the bodies probably fed to walkers. I think that's what they typically do with them. The heads, I would assume they were taken down, and they don't need the heads to be there to understand the border. The Pikes will still be there. I think Alpha, I'm not saying Alpha's an understanding person, but I don't know if Alpha's necessarily going to come knocking on the door and say, hey, you took the heads down, that was my marker. But you never know. She might. Maybe they have this memorial scene, and they take the heads, and she considers that trespassing, and she moves the goalpost and says, you know what? The kingdom's now our territory. You will relocate. That was something somebody was talking about earlier. Let's see. We got another super chat in here. Derek Patterson reminded me of Shane's speech about Otis. God, it's been so long since I've seen that speech. Derek, now you got my curiosity. I'll have to go back and watch Shane. You know, the only Shane speech I really remember is the one where he wanted Lori. I'm better for her, man. I'm a better father. You know, that one. I don't remember everything he said. But yeah, I love that. Love that Shane speech. Shannon M, what's up? Thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat, Shannon. AJTV, how would Shane react to all this? Oh, Shane would have been the first one in. Shane would have been fighting him like Henry. Tyler says, hopefully Carol doesn't make Lydia look at the flowers. No. I do have a little concern, though. When Lydia disappears in the snow walker scene, that's enough. Everybody's already calling Lydia a traitor. Where's Lydia? She's not there. Something happened to her. Lydia's not a traitor. The way Lydia stood up to Alpha when nobody else was around, you guys got to understand. That was a big risk. Jerry Michelle H. High Kills, do you know of any info or just how many whispers there may be? I don't know. Oh, my God. I mean, there's several thousand walkers. 100, 200. 200 probably a good number. Too many to fight. Tom Ferreira, like Alpha, hacked them to death. Tom! Come on, Tom. Let's think about a couple scenes where it looked like somebody could have gotten the upper hand on someone else. Herber, Bararona, I'm a new sub. This was brutal, man. Well, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for getting your opinion in here as well. And most of all, thank you for being a new sub. Got a ton of new people in here. So appreciate you guys. Certainly being part of our streams. Fluff says, if Shane was alive, Rosita's baby would probably be his too. That is probably, that's the best super chat. Westwood Chronic, you got some competition, buddy. If you guys have never been in Freestyle Friday, you know what? Thank you for that super chat because you reminded me. Let me make a quick announcement. So all week long, we're going to be doing 8 o'clock streams and 9:30 streams. We also will be doing a Coffee with Killshot tomorrow morning. So Wednesday night, 8, 9 o'clock. Thursday, 8, 9 o'clock. But on Friday night, we do a different type of stream. It's at 8 o'clock on Friday nights called Freestyle Friday. We'll start with the Walking Dead topic, and our super chatters will change the subject. So it gets crazy, becomes a lot of fun, pretty competitive from time to time, but you never know where the chat is going to end up at. So, hang out with us every night. We're doing Walking Dead videos, and no two streams are the same because your comments are really what changes the stream. We'll start out with a topic, but it's certainly, we're not afraid to go in another direction and start talking about whatever people want to talk about. So, appreciate that, Fluff. Get a couple more comments in here. I hope that's a good thing. Stimpy Girl says, these streams are seeping into my real life. You know what? That's the best compliment I've heard all day. Shannon M., Rosita and Ezekiel next week may get their deaths. Shannon, I'm not going to be surprised if more people die. But I will say this. If they do, it has to be early. It has to be early on in the episode. It can't end that way. Just be too many months of dealing with it. Tom says, only character I didn't feel for was Rodney. I didn't feel for Rodney. I didn't really feel for Addie. Didn't really feel for Frankie, to be honest. Didn't see enough of her that it bothered me a whole lot. Tara, yes. Tammy Rose, yes. Even though a couple weeks ago I was not a fan of Tammy Rose. But boy, when she started fighting in the street and saving Earl and holding that baby, then I started to warm up to her. But yeah, the rest of them, and Alek I didn't care for. I was like, who's Alek? RJ, you're correct. Rodney kind of deserved it for bullying Henry. Yeah, Gage is the one that really deserved it. So somebody asked this, I think, in an earlier super chat. Let's go ahead and with Pike reactions. And I know what the answer is for most. If you could pick one more character that should have gotten piked, which person would it be? And I can almost guarantee it's going to be a 4-letter name. Oh, I wasn't expecting Zeke. Zeke caught me off guard. Yeah, most people it was Gage. Tom super chatting says they both would have deserved it. Yeah, Rodney and Gage could have both gone. I mean, I guess in the scheme of things, they could have spared Addie, but I didn't really have an emotional attachment to Addie. I think when you get a really emotional scene like this, you got to look at the overall. It's kind of overarching because there were so many people that died, and it's easy to go back and say, yeah, it was sad the way Addie died, and it got to me. Like Kel's like, Addie's glasses kind of got to me. But come on, Kel, who's Addie? I'm just being honest. I get it. The Tara thing was sad. The Henry thing was sad. You got Tammy Rose. They just got the newborn baby. That was kind of sad. But, yeah, Addie shouldn't be a real tearjerker for everybody. I mean, we all react differently because who it relates to. But I didn't know that Addie had a huge impact on anybody else. Whisper Zeta says, I was shocked Ozzy was killed so soon. I mean, they just made Ozzy into a hero. Did you guys kind of feel, though? I know some people were shocked that Ozzy died, but how many people feel like Ozzy's a legend? Oh, come on, Cal. You give me the Addie argument. She helped him. I know she helped him. She did a couple things. Addie was not. There's no commitment to Addie. You're not going to go home and cry about Addie. Ozzy's a legend. That scene with Ozzy, DJ, and Alek, even Alek. We don't even know who Alek is. But the three of those characters propelled everybody else. They gave them a little bit of hope. Exact Celine says, my thing is they're just kids, maybe 17. I'm going to jump around in a couple more comments. Ozzy is a hero. Before the end, Gage, Rodney, and Addie found us. Yeah, Gage needs to join his friends. I abhor Gage. He can't die soon enough for me, says Kitty Cat. Tommy, Man Bun McCandless. Didn't hit me hard until Enid's head was shown and the music was on point. Yeah, you know, it's one thing to see them in a bad situation. It hit me harder with Enid's death when I saw Alden kept looking around like, where's she at? And she wanted him to sing. You know, they went through the whole thing like, you know, you're my boyfriend. And I think, and I knew that was going to happen. But I kind of felt Enid's death through Alden. Tara, I was warming up to Tara a little bit. But I felt kind of a little bit of loss with Tara. But I didn't feel like a personal loss. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to tell you, the one that hit me was Henry. And if you dare, which some people have, and you go back and watch it, Henry's face, the look on his face, he looked 10 years older. I know it's a rough comparison to say, okay, we see Henry as this little kid, and he's kind of, but when you see him in that position where he is no more, it changes. Something changed about the fact you'll never see him again. Jerry Michelle, I think Carol's going to have a major meltdown, and I'm betting that in the end she will be the one to kill Alpha. Yeah, I think that it would be justice. Thanks for that super chat. Whisper Zeta, when I first saw Yumi's reaction, I thought maybe Magna was on a Pike. Yeah, I think a couple people had that feeling, but it also shows the connection that Yumi has to everybody. You know, they're trying to be part of the Hilltop, and Magna went to defend the Hilltop. Tom Ferreira, Alpha, Queen of Destroying Dreams. You know, that is, actually, that's a good point, Kel. Kel super chatting. Ozzy never got to see the movie. And you know what? He said, he told Carol, he said, you owe me 2 movies. Yeah, Ozzy will go down in Walking Dead history lore. Tom says, what if Lydia and Carol both kill her? Partnership. Nah, it's got to be one, Tom. Shannon M. Rachel will be in the fight for Tara. That is actually that's a good call out. We got a brief, you know, Shannon, good point. We got a brief glimpse of Rachel. She also said that they could train at the beach. So I think there's your season 10 storyline. Is we get a cold winter, and Alpha did say it was going to be a hard winter, right? So we go through the ice. The groups will eventually come up with a plan, but they will start sending their people to train at Oceanside for season 10. Just jumping around, getting a couple more chats in here. Two Hands and a Radio says, I think it'll be Negan to kill Alpha. Exact Saline says, what do you think happened to Cindy? You know, my honest answer, Yes. Cindy will be in season 10. And I think they probably just saved a little money because she's got some other things going on. And they didn't pay her for the back half of the season to do a few cameo appearances. And then they'll get her a contract and we'll see her back in season 10. I think she's back at the Oceanside. But they purposely wrote her out of the story right now. And then we'll see Cindy, I think, in a big way next season. And you're right, Tom. Ozzy was a good man. But there was, look, all right, let me ask this question to follow up on Tom's Super Chat. How many initially, be honest, okay? Because I remember what some of you guys said. Not everything, but I remember. How many of you said Ozzy was a whisperer in disguise? He was working for Alpha. Come on, admit it. Admit it. Robert Calder says, Ozzy the hero, free Negan now, and 999 dead. I want to see how many of the people. Look, okay, not bad. Sid admits to it. Deidre admits to it. Anthony Luna admits to it. Ava Gentry. Whisper Zeta's like, yeah, we thought he was on our team. Denise Counts did. All right. See, we do something a lot of places don't do. We actually admit our faults and tell where it's at. Guilty. I'm trying to think. I don't, you guys can correct me. I don't think I was ever in that category. If I'm wrong and you guys remember from a video, I'll admit to it. But I'm pretty clear, I think, on my predictions and my bad theories. Yeah, I don't think I had Ozzy as a trader or an insider. In fact, I think I said Ozzy would live through it and he would be part of the militia. Yeah, that's what I said. You guys probably remember that. I said he would probably take Dwight's role. And that didn't happen. So I was wrong about that. Tom, Enid, Henry, Tara, and Ozzy won't be forgotten. I think you're right. I certainly think this will be a memorable episode. It's my favorite ever, so I will reference it. Zelda Faz says, for therapy, can we retire Pike the like button? You know what? That is a great transition because we are going to be doing a live stream at 9:30, and there's a ton of people here, so don't leave yet. Hold on. I got some announcements I got to make. I know usually when we say, all right, we're going to wind this down, like 50 people just go out the door. The 9:30 stream tonight is going to be best moments from the show. And there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a little bit more uplifting. Tonight was about the Pikes. I just wanted to get the conversation out there. And I'm glad there was some humor added to tonight's video as well, too. It wasn't just all kind of morbid and, we lost these people. We can't get over it. It does look like we're starting to transition gradually. So thank you for that. If you guys can think of a catchphrase instead of Pike the like button, I am going to ask everybody because it's a Pike video. Pike that like button if you had a good time. If you're a new subscriber, you like hanging out with us, if you think this is the best live Walking Dead forum, real time, anywhere, then you definitely want to hit that like button. If you don't, you think we suck and you shouldn't have, you're like, I don't know why I even came in the stream, wasted my time, give it a thumbs down. We can appreciate the honesty. If you don't like what we do and you don't want to be a part of it, then it's cool. But we want the people here that want to be here, that want to talk about this show, that like to build the connections, that like to, come up with the theories and the predictions and just kind of make it all happen. And if we can come up with a better catchphrase, then we'll do that in the 9:30 stream. Civilian says, Alpha, I am Alpha. Shane, enough. Raise your gun. I'm not doing an Alpha voice, though, just yet. Thank you. Appreciate everybody being here. Lucille, the like button. I mean, that was the one we did in the past. I guess we could Lucille the like button if you guys want to do that. When I made the announcement, if you had a bad time, somebody just immediately gave it a thumbs down. It's like, dude, you were here for 49 minutes, and then you just now figured out you didn't like me? You could have made that assessment in the first 30 seconds. A couple other people did ask, I think Lakeisha Faison and a few other people said, how do I become a member? We're one member short of unlocking the super fan emoji. So the way you become a member is you have to be watching through YouTube Gaming app. And then if you are, you can hit the $sign. You hit the $sign. It says level up, and then you can sign up and become a member. So if we get one more, we are absolutely there. We also have some people support us through a third-party website called Patreon. You can see those people up in the top left-hand corner. We got a ton of support. So thank you. I appreciate everything you guys do. And in addition to that, we have a lot of people at Super Chat like Tom Ferreira. Avenge the like button. Tom is like throwing them out there. Not sure about that one, Tom. I think we could go back to Lucille the like button. We will definitely come up with something. Do you have Battletoads? No. But all the people that your names are in green that are the members, do me a favor, and if you guys can just give an emoji shout out to our moderators, Emmy, the Dapping Unicorn, Steph the Cuervo Queen, Kel the Dancing Gator, and Tommy Man Bun McCandless. So just show a little love for the moderators because they've been doing a tremendous job. And if you guys want to put my emoji up there too, if you guys want to put the kill shot emoji, that's fine. But I am really looking forward to getting that next member. And what we'll do is you guys can see our Facebook fan page as well. So you sign up there. We're going to do a poll. God, I got to quit saying that with the Pike videos. We'll do a survey, and one of you in this stream will be voted, and then we'll kind of rotate it around, and I'll just do custom emojis with each and every one of you. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate everything that you guys do. We got a lot of people here, so I'm not going to do individual 999 shout-outs. I'll do that in the next video. Join us at 9:30. You probably won't get a notification because it's not an hour notification. So just know that we're going to be back here at 9:30, and we're going to talk about some more uplifting stuff, some really good scenes from last week's episode. I'll talk to you all in about 45 minutes. Peace.